Shout out to the Black Messiah, Cody Raheem Rhodes. That's all I have to say to start.
Cody who?
Cody Raheem Rhodes,
Co-
a Negro icon,
Co-
was around during the civil rights era.
no, he wasn't.
Says fucking who?
It says who that he was around in the civil rights era.
I have photos of him meeting with MLK, Malcolm
Dude,
X, and he was on the bus of the Rosa Parks.
were you there?
Absolutely not, but I've seen the photos.
You've seen the photo. Who'd you get the photos from?
Twitter.
Twitter.
Hey, he was there just like how Rosa's husband had a car and nobody found out till the 2024. You know what I'm saying? We figured out Cody Raheem Rhodes, Negro icon and civil rights hero. He was there.
He was there just like we are here with fucking we ball. What, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in the room. We have prime time. It's your boy. It's my... Jesus Christ. My name's Zach, and we go over everything that's happening in the modern sports world. Check out our previous 2 episodes to check out the NFL, the NHL, MLB, NBA, and our hot takes, including a 4-minute rant of me going on and on about Tennessee sports, which is kind of wild considering I'm wearing a Tampa Bay shirt. With that, today we are going to go over the WWE, AEW, ROH, and all things pro wrestling. Honestly, I watched Raw. Like, I rewatched it.
What'd you think about it?
First off, that intro with
The new
Seth
one?
Rollins. No.
Oh, you mean with Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the beauty about Seth Rollins. Like, you can kind of put him up against basically, and he's one of the few wrestlers on this planet that I would probably watch wrestle a blow up doll. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's fucking Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Like, you just put him with anybody and he makes it work.
100%.
Which I'm not gonna sell Bronson Reed short. Like, he's not a great wrestler. He's not near Seth Rollins level.
No, not even close.
Like, he's just kind of a big dude. He can move, and
Yeah.
I think he's good in his current like mid card position. I don't think they need to start building him towards the main event.
Yeah.
But goddamn, Seth can make anybody interesting.
I mean, honestly, and like you can even look back a couple years, like when the Shield like originally broke up, and he started doing his own storylines, including WrestleMania, where he won the World Championship.
And he was the first one to pop off the Shield.
Yeah, and like I said, they recognized his talent very early on, right?
Yeah,
It's cool. It's cool to watch the 3 of them watch their individual evolutions.
yeah, for sure. Seeing Mox do his thing in AEW and Roman basically being the biggest star in wrestling for the past 4-ish years.
Yeah, exactly. And then Seth Rollins with some of the greatest storylines in the past.
Oh yeah, no,
5 years.
my man's just a fucking workhorse. Like, he's just been putting in work night in, night out.
Yeah, and
Putting the company on his back type shit.
And that's been that's what's been really, really interesting to watch when it comes out of the Shield. But Seth Rollins, that opening, the opening to Raw in Philly, I don't know if anyone saw. Essentially, it started out with a promo that just turned into a brawl between them. And you had Seth Rollins laid out on the announcement table, and then Bronson Reed jumping onto it, and Seth Rollins moving a couple seconds before.
Missing the tsunami to go straight through the announcement table was,
and you could just
peak
hear
storytelling.
I may want Philadelphia to burn to the ground, but I will say this: Philly sports crowds, top tier.
Oh yeah, absolutely top tier until their team or their guy wins or loses.
100%. Because you can listen to in the back with the announcement table. He literally starts like the crowd starts going, "Holy shit!" Oh, and it was definitely a holy shit moment to begin with. But I mean, it's just one of those things, man, where watching how Seth Rollins has evolved and how he can take someone who may be in like a mid-card caliber talent and take them to the next level, help them grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna need to see a whole like best of seven series between him and Bronson Reed to really see Bronson grow. But
Oh, 100%. But
then again, they're cooking with him. Like there's some potential there.
they are actually facing off at Crown Jewel in
Which, uh, eh.
what is that? Isn't that this Sunday?
I
Next
think
Sunday.
it's next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Pretty sure it's next Sunday.
Yeah, November 2nd. Seth freaking Rollins against Bronson Reed. It's gonna be a good match. I don't think it's gonna be the match of the night, but it's definitely going to be
It's gonna be a hell of a time.
exactly.
So
I
my
think
question is, you think we can get that PLE at the bar
oh, how much is the PLE?
free with the Peacock subscription?
I have Peacock, so
Make it happen, Zach. You'll catch me at the bar next Saturday.
but you mean next Sunday?
It's actually Saturday, November 2nd to Saturday.
I'm actually off that Saturday night. We might have to do a live reaction.
Watching at your place.
Oh yeah. With that also being said, later on in the night they started doing some more development when it came to some of these storylines.
Of course.
Um the women's division is actually kind of taken off. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's been popping for a few years, but I think this is one of the first times we actually had outside of that triple threat storyline with Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. Like this is kind of like this next big storyline.
100%.
We like seeing the Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, although I think it should have probably ended by now. But like, fuck it, let's milk it for all it's worth, I suppose.
The fuck it, we ball.
Like, fuck it, I guess.
Fuck it, I guess. Yeah, fuck it. Instead of fuck it, we ball. It's fuck it, I guess.
Yeah, like, all right, go ahead.
Um, so it's supposed to be Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax at Crown
Right.
Jewel. Who do you think is gonna take that?
Prob. I think what might happen, and I think this is probably how they should go. I think if they want to continue to keep Nia Jax in the spotlight, I think they have Liv Morgan win,
Yeah.
and then we see Tiffany Stratton cash in on Nia Jax at Crown Jewel.
Ooh.
Just because they've been kind of building that storyline with Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax being allied, despite her having the money in the bank.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like that would be a good setup. It also gives Nia something to do going into basically going into Survivor Series.
Yeah. Exactly.
And even if they don't have that blow off rubber match at Survivor Series, they can push that bitch to the Royal Rumble.
100%.
So it gives them both something to do for at least 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of keeps them tied in. Um, I mean, honestly, yeah. I never even really thought of it that way. I was gonna just say fucking give it to Liv Morgan, then just let it rock.
No, I
But
can't do that now.
but maybe that's just me. I also didn't get an answer. Seth Rollins or Bronson Reed?
Oh, Seth Rollins, come
Good.
on. I mean, I think Seth's gonna make Bronson just look good in defeat.
100%. I think it'll be a good match, but you know, you also had LA Knight in a triple threat match scheduled for Crown Jewel against Carmelo Hayes and I don't know how the hell to say his name.
Andrade,
That
man,
you
shout
have
out Andrade, man. Mm.
you got them doing a triple threat. Honestly, I like LA Knight as a US champion.
Yeah, but a part of me kind of feels like they kind of put themselves in a bit of a weird spot
100%.
just because I think LA Knight should realistically be in the mix for the world championship. Like I think him and Gunther or like him and Cody should be at least at one of the major PLEs. So like I have them wrestle at the Royal Rumble. He could reasonably just kind of fit in because Gunther doesn't really got much going on as a champion at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the major storyline is that him and Cody are gonna have a match at Crown Jewel to decide who's the better champion. But After that, there's not really much you can do with Gunther.
Do you know what LA Knight as a US champion reminds me of?
Speak on it.
And I'm not saying that LA Knight is like this person, but do you remember when John Cena was a US champion for a while?
Yeah,
That's what this reminds me of it's building him into that main card, main event caliber.
I would agree, but I think they have to kind of expedite that timeline
Yeah.
because like he can't really have lengthy runs at this point in his career because I think he's a lot older than I think most people assume he is.
What the fuck? He's 41.
Yeah, no, he's he's in his early 40s, brother. Like he's been wrestling for a moment. So that's why I'm like they need to maximize on his potential now.
Here's a fun fact. He supported himself when he was originally training, working at a lumber mill during the day and then a Ruby Tuesdays at night.
Hey, come on, that's Ruby Tuesdays, baby.
Hey, Ruby Tuesdays. Fuck it, we Tuesday.
But
We
anyway,
tried.
also to continue to go on about Raw,
Hmm.
there was a title change on last Monday's Raw
There was.
when the Bloodline done fucked up with main event Jey Uso and he lost the IC title to Braun Breaker,
Yep.
which I it feels I like the direction that this Bloodline storyline is kind of going in,
Hmm.
and I'm interested to see the payoff mainly because they brought one of my favorite indie wrestlers to WWE. Shout out to Tama Tonga.
I was that Tomatonga or Tongaloa.
Nah, Tonga Low is kind of shit, but Tama Tonga is awesome. Listen, that my man still to this day looks clueless in the ring most of the time.
I mean,
Not
100%.
not saying he's a bad wrestler. He's just a general goofy nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. That nigga
Okay,
is
so
certifiedly goofy.
that is a rather clumsy individual,
A goofy nigga, yes, indeed.
just like a large individual.
Nah, see that's a big nigga and a goofy nigga.
That is a large and clumsy individual.
Anyhow, and then also just to kind of wrap up Raw, we saw the first two matches in the number one contenders tag team tournament when the New Day took on the Final Testament's Authors of Pain, ending, of course, in a New Day victory.
Yep. Very good match.
Yeah, no, it's solid.
I think it
I
was a
mean,
solid match.
AOP's a little bit of a bulky. There's some big niggas, and I also like the storyline that's
Some
kind of developing.
a bulky individual.
Exactly, a bulky individual and a big nigga. But I do like the storyline that they're kind of building between the Final Testament and the New Day.
Hmm.
They're kind of building it to be like the Final Testament is going to be the final straw that breaks the back that breaks up the New Day,
Yeah.
which fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably about time for Xavier Woods to be a mid card, a mid
Yeah.
carder, like Solidola mid carder.
I mean,
But
Kofi Kingston had his solo run before the New Day. The New Day's been around for what? Fucking like 8 years at this point?
oh no, it's been much longer than 8 years. I
What,
think it's been
20?
a. I think they got together in like 2014, but dog, I think it's been 10.
Let's see. Biggie, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods debuted July 21st, 2014. They've been 10 years.
Yeah, with Biggie being
I mean,
possibly retired,
I
given his neck
guess.
injury. And on top of that, both Biggie and Kofi have had world title runs while they were a part of the New Day.
Yeah.
I think the best that Xavier Woods got was he won the King of the Ring to immediately get cucked by Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
which, hell
And
of a run.
they were putting over Roman Reigns.
I mean, to be fair, Roman Reigns is already over. Like, that was just him hitting the victory lap for a new
I mean,
opponent.
quite honestly, on top of that, with everything that's going on in Roman's personal life.
Anyhow, the next match in the tag team number one contenders tournament was Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee of the LWO against American Made, which, as much as I like the Creeds, they're talented. I feel like my issue with those two particular gentlemen is they are what you would call charisma black holes,
Yeah. Huh.
but they're great wrestlers. And shout, of course, the LWO takes it in a
Yes.
bit of a barn burner.
Hmm.
So, and also it kind of helps push a little bit forward the storyline between Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley and fuck, what the fuck are those niggas called?
Which ones?
The Judgment Day. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry, I forgot what they were called for a second because when the best two members leave, the group's kind of
It's kind of trash.
Dom.
I
Just shout out to Dom Dexter though. His on screen character is living every Twitter nigga's dreams.
yeah.
Because how the fuck you finna bag a golf muscle mommy into a blonde submissive while having a wife at home? Legendary shit.
I just learned some information about Roman Reigns I didn't know.
Speak on it.
Played college football for Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah.
And then he had some off-season stints with the Vikings and the Jags.
Yeah.
And then he played a full season for the CFL Edmonton Eskimos. And then they released him and he retired.
And then started at Florida Championship Wrestling.
At FCW, yeah. Huh.
Tale as old as time.
Not really. Did you know Batista was 30 when he started wrestling?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that. He was a bartender turned bouncer.
So what I'm hearing is you're about to be a bartender turned wrestler.
You know the fucking vibes.
Shut the fuck up. You're
assuming that
not
my
the
body's assuming my body's not fucking made of glass,
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I have my fucking ACL tear for a fourth fucking time.
It'll only be a second.
Third. But
Jesus Christ. No
body
wonder
made of
you run
glass,
weird.
ladies. Because I body made of glass, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't you mean, gentlemen? Ain't no ladies should be looking at your body.
There also ain't no fucking ladies that are listening to this fucking part of the podcast.
Hey, you never know.
If there is a lady, please comment. We love you. Please don't leave.
No, they're gonna leave. We scaring the hoes right now.
Yes, we are. But speaking of scaring the hose, SmackDown.
We love the transition. SmackDown is very much a scaring the hose ass show. Anyway, so it kicks off with Randy Orton demanding a match with Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel, which
Great,
I
great
believe
promo.
I believe he did get, and it's also kind of funny to see how much bigger Randy Orton is compared to Triple H now.
Yes.
That shit is objectively funny.
That, on top of that, it's also funny just to watch Randy Orton still fucking making moves in his career.
I mean, hey, listen. He's not at the point where I think he needs to retire, but he's probably not far off of it, especially with like John Cena retiring this year. Like officially going on the 365 day retirement tour.
Yep.
I was like, hey, shout out to John Cena for that. I think now is the right time. And I think Orton's nearing that era in his career.
I agree.
Then of course our next match, LA Knight, special guest referee for Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. I believe this was the final match in their best of 7.
I think so.
Yeah, it was to decide who faces LA Knight next at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Of course, ended in a no contest. So now it's a triple threat.
Yep.
Now, if you wanted my money, I feel as if LA Knight should probably. I mean, a part of me thinks he should keep the U.S. title through all this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really want to see Carmelo Hayes take it.
Interesting.
I think you need to you need to build more stars for the future, just because a lot of the top end of the card is older. And Carmelo Hayes, I think, is still in his like late 20s. He's either in his early 30s or late 20s.
He just turned 30 like 2 months ago.
Okay, yeah. So he's still in his early 30s.
Yeah.
Compared to Andrade, who's in his mid 30s, and fucking LA Knight, who's in his fucking early 40s.
Yeah. LA Knight, who is looking at retiring.
No, I don't think he's looking at retiring. I think he's if you look back through his entire wrestling career, never really had major injuries.
I mean, like, honestly, yeah.
He's always worked a very safe style that's still very exciting. Like he's not killing himself and likely still has a good couple of years left in the tank.
I'm gonna say he's not doing a Jeff Hardy.
Basically, where he was dead by like 35, 36 rather.
Yeah.
But no, LA and like I said, I feel like he should be in the main event scene at this point. I mean,
Yeah,
he's one of the most over wrestlers on basically in WWE, bar none.
yeah,
Anyway, so on to the next segment. In a match that I'm gonna be real with you, I was kind of surprised to see on main TV.
yeah.
Naomi versus Candice LeRae.
I was thinking the same thing. I
That
thought it was very interesting to put this on SmackDown TV.
no, I think it makes sense. I mean, they're both, especially Candice LeRae, they're both like very, very talented wrestlers, and I like that they're getting a bit more of a spotlight. And
Yeah,
I also like that they're kind of including Candice and Indy Hartwell into the, I guess, including them more into the SmackDown women's scene.
yeah,
Just because, unfortunately, despite Nia Jax being a great talent, she's a bit of a charisma vacuum, a black hole, if you will. And so
yeah.
I think you need to kind of start building up the rest of the women's roster to kind of make up for that lack of charisma.
I think it's the same thing. It's a very similar situation to the Carmelo Hayes LA Knight thing.
Well, the thing is I mean, it's one of those things. All of those women are roughly the same age, like,
But
but we do need
well,
new blood cycling in.
how old is Nia Jax? 40.
She, yeah, I was about to say she has to be in her 40s.
I mean, we're looking at what Naomi and Bailey and
I was say Candace, Indy, like,
Naomi's 36.
so I mean, they all still
Did
got
you know
some.
that? Did you know that Naomi danced for the Orlando Magic?
I did indeed. That's how she got scouted. That's why she was in the Funkadactyls when she started.
Oh my God, not the fucking Funkadactyls
Yeah, her and Cameron, the two Funkadactyls.
with what was his fucking name?
Tyrus, who or my bad, he was his current name is Tyrus. At the time, he was the Funkasaurus. But I will say this: shout out to the fucking weird heel turn that Tyrus made. He became the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, became an asshole, and is now a contributor on Fox News, which is a fun career arc.
Well, then it's also like you listen to his well, first off, he the fucking Funkasaurus. I forgot about that. Oh, because
Oh,
Brodus Clay, that was his fucking first name.
nah, nah, nah. He was the Funkasaurus to me, brother.
And then he became the Funkasaurus with the Funkadactyls and fucking Hornswoggle.
Oh, and don't forget Albert, aka H. He was in that bitch too. To be fair, he was going by Tensai at that point.
I forgot about fucking Tensai. God.
So
Crazy.
hey, shout out to fucking one of these days, once we're able to do live streams, I think we should realistically just sit down and watch Bros. Clay's like whole run in the WWE as the Funkasaurus,
Just
start
watch
to
the funk.
finish.
If you haven't seen the Funkasaurus clips, they are so fucking funny.
Oh, they are legendary. Grade A. That is some Vince McMahon storytelling at its finest.
And that is one thing that I do want to say. You can notice the shift in story writing.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because once Triple H took over,
Triple H added, he still has a bit of levity in a lot of his storylines,
yeah,
but they feel, I guess you could say, a bit more modern.
yes,
I mean, comparing to Vince McMahon shit, like I'm not gonna forget when I forget which wrestler it was. Fuck. Actually, I know I remember it was fucking Baron Corbin when he dumped dog food on Roman Reigns because of the time he was the big dog. I was like, oh, Vince is cooked.
dude, you had that. You had Rikishi with the ass in the face.
See, that was during the 90s. That was just what the 90s was. But listen, if you really want to see Vince McMahon at his worst, this is one of my favorite promos in WWE of all time. It's the Suffering Succotash promo.
The suffering succotash promo.
Yes, when Roman Reigns said, and I quote, "That's some suffering succotash, son." in the middle of the ring. I believe that was like 2018. Nah, it might have been like 2016. Somewhere in that like 2016 like 2019 era.
I gotta look this up in just a second,
Bro,
but
it was so bad, dude.
uh, I'll 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 throw in the editing here so that people can see it.
Yeah, just edit in the clip where him just say that's suffering succotash, son. That shit
The
was too funny.
You know what the first comment is on it? By the way, it was 6 years ago, so 2018.
God damn.
Do you know what the first comment says Roman has been through a lot. One, surviving cancer twice. Two, this.
Yeah, this I'm not gonna lie, that is a justify it's a wild ass comment, but it's 100% justifiable.
It's crazy, but it's cool to watch the storylines actually shifting to like good storytelling and good story writing.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost as if listening to the fans and coming
Yeah,
up with basically not trying to rehash the Attitude Era apparently works.
yeah, exactly.
But in the
The
next match on SmackDown,
Yeah,
we had DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa take on the Motor City Machine Guns, a team I thought I would never see in the WWE,
yes.
which I know. Did you ever follow the Machine Guns back in like the early like aughts?
Mm-mm.
Back in the day, man, they them and the Young Bucks used to tear it up in fucking TNA back in the day.
Yeah.
Like Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley are just chef's kiss of a tag team. I'm glad they finally made it to the WWE. Hopefully they can revitalize this the tag team division WWE because I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It goes from being really good to being really fucking bad.
100%.
So I'm just because I'll be real with you. You could ask me, I wouldn't be able to tell you who the tag champions are.
Yeah.
At least the SmackDown tag champions. I know that technically the Judgment Day have the Raw ones, but they ain't doing shit with it.
You want to, so if you go on Bleacher Report, you can look up the matches and look up notable moments and observations of each match.
Mm-hmm.
The first one for this one is Lin Manuel Miranda was shown sitting in the crowd. I'm like, is that the biggest moment from this match?
Oh shit. We do know who the tag team champions are in SmackDown.
Who?
It's the Motor City Machine Guns. Because in the very next match, they had their tag team championship match
Against
against
Tama
Tama
Tonga.
Tonga and Tama Loa, the Gorillas of Destiny.
We are terrible.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot this match happened. Because
Same.
I do remember fucking Jimmy and Jay kind of reuniting. I do
Yeah.
remember that moment, but I forgot I thought that was just an after-match beatdown, but that's just me.
Yeah. 100%.
But hey, shout out to the Motor City Machine Guns, man.
Especially like keeping the fans of them happy.
Oh, absolutely. Although I think once all this blows up, like once the
Yeah.
Bloodline storyline finally blows up again, and Roman Reigns takes his rightful spot at the head of the Bloodline again,
Yeah.
I really want to see Tama Tonga Tonga Loa like God, like in the WWE.
Yeah.
Go back to ski masks and jumping niggas.
Could you imagine if Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa started a feud?
Oh, it would be horrible to watch. Tama Tonga on his best day is a main event level wrestler.
Tonga Loa?
Like, no, Tama Tonga.
Oh, okay.
Like, there have been a couple times where I know he competed for the IWGP heavyweight title and like the North American and the Intercontinental, and like he seemed like a credible challenger.
Yeah.
Tonga Loa is a little bit too goofy for that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Tonga Loa went to University of Texas at El Paso.
Goofy.
Goofy.
University in El Paso, brother.
Yeah.
Goofy. I swear to God, if he has like a master's degree in anthropology, I'm gonna fucking cry.
That's what I kind of want to figure out what his fucking degree's in.
Assuming that he finished.
Assuming he finished, yes. Uh, he graduated with a degree in liberal arts with major in communications, electronic media, and a minor in criminal justice.
What the fuck?
What are you gonna do with that major? You know what? I can't even talk shit. You know what my plan was when I was like 15, 16?
Speak on it.
I was gonna go to the University of Texas at El Paso and get a double major degree in music performance
Hmm.
and pharmaceutical engineering.
I gotta go
What the fuck was I gonna do with this double ass degree, bro?
be a pharmacist.
I'm gonna be I make jingles for pharmacies
Not even that, just be a pharmacist and a musician on the side.
at CVS. At CVS.
No.
With that being said, though,
On to Crown Jewel.
what's your prediction with Roman
So,
Reigns and the Usos against the Bloodline?
mm, I mean, I think Roman and the oh, it depends. Did it? Do you know? Did they have a match at Crown Jewel?
Yeah, it's Roman Reigns and the Usos against the Bloodline.
Hmm.
With Solo Sikoa, Tomatonga, Tongaloa.
And Jacob Fatu at the ringside.
Yeah.
Um, Reasonably, I think Roman and the Usos take it.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna probably end up building into a War Games match.
Yeah.
Although the interesting thing is, I want everyone. I know there's a bunch of reporting that The Rock's not going to be involved by WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that he is.
I think he will be.
He should be. I mean,
I
he
mean,
is the
he's
final boss.
on top of that. The Rock is, the greatest wrestler of all time.
Cap.
So he's not
That's
my
Cap.
favorite.
He's also not the greatest.
Who's the greatest?
Are we talking in ring or whole package?
Whole package.
Honestly, you kind of have to argue it's John Cena.
It's a tie.
It's not even a tie, brother. It's strongly John Cena because John Cena is they're just about even on the mic and in promos and in segments.
Yes.
John Cena is just bell for bell a better wrestler. Nah,
I don't know.
I'm telling you, if you look back to John Cena's career, as much as we used to love to shit on him because he would just win every fucking thing.
Yeah.
They were always good matches.
I mean, think about the JBL Cena match at what was that, Judgment Day 05?
Yeah, no, like John Cena made JBL wrestle a decent match.
Yeah.
Don't also forget 2011 him versus CM Punk at Money in the Bank,
I argue
five-star
that
instant classic.
I here's the argument that I make. I straight up think that was the greatest match of all time.
We can have that argument for another day. We were going to shelf that because that can get fairly heated.
How? Let me ask you.
Okay.
What's your if you had to put a match that has storyline depth to it, big pops, big moments, and moments where you are genuinely confused on what is happening, right?
Mm,
In and outside of the ring, confused on the future of the company,
mm.
and then
Well, no, they did good about building that match. And I'm
and
not
then
even saying it's a bad match. Like I'm saying it's for me top five.
but then in the ring, it's a great fucking match.
Like I said, for me it's top five for sure.
Yeah,
I can think of four matches that I think are better than it.
list them.
I like Undertaker versus Michaels at WrestleMania 25.
Ooh, not 26.
Not 25.
I
Oh
feel like
no,
that's
I'm actually might be getting a mix up. It might be 26.
the one where Shawn Michaels had to retire.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting my WrestleManias mixed up.
Then yes, I concur. I put that top five.
Austin versus Hart, WrestleMania 13, where we saw the double turn.
I'd put that top five.
Um, real deep cut.
You're gonna say
Uh,
like fucking Chris Jericho against fucking Shelton Benjamin, Monday Night Raw '06 or something.
No, 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 not going to be that deep cut. We're not going to go into the best Raw or SmackDown matches of all time because I'd have to do some research on that to
I'd
remember.
have to tune
But
in next week.
yeah, tune in next week. Fuck. Next match, a little bit more of a deep cut. Real
Okay.
wrestling fans remember Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at WrestleMania 3.
No, it actually was a really good match.
And then another one, mind you, this is all in no particular order. And I think this was at WrestleMania 20. Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle.
Ooh,
When
okay.
Eddie loosened up his boot to escape the ankle lock
Yeah.
for a roll up win, that shit's legendary.
Eddie Guerrero, dude.
Fuck
He's a
it.
top five.
Oh, easy top five.
Um, okay, so we're doing top five matches of all time.
Yeah, mind you, all WWE.
All WWE.
Because if we
I
consider non WWE matches, I feel
yeah,
like that kind of changes the list a little bit.
yeah. I mean, mine is if we're doing non WWE matches, like mine would probably be Shinsuke AJ Styles,
Yeah, at Wrestle Kingdom 7. I have to remember. I don't remember which
so
exact Wrestle Kingdom it was at.
something like that. Okay, here we go.
WWE
CM
only.
CM Punk, John Cena, Money in the Bank.
Okay.
I would go. mm, Undertaker, Edge, WrestleMania 24.
Okay.
Um,
That was an underrated match. I can't hold you.
and it was a really good match. I'm not gonna lie.
I said, what else is on that WrestleMania? Because it
In that
was,
WrestleMania, you had Orton, but no Orton, Triple H, and Cena for the WWE Championship.
which was okay.
You had Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, and if Ric Flair had to lose, um, if Ric Flair lost, he had to retire.
Yep. Oh my God. And I can't believe I forgot this.
Hmm.
Floyd Mayweather versus the Big Show.
Yeah, brother. I
Holy
forgot about that one.
fuck. How the fuck did I forget about that?
Um, okay, so Edge Undertaker, WrestleMania 24 on a pure storyline basis. Daniel Bryan, what was that? WrestleMania 30,
Yeah, that whole run. I basically consider that whole WrestleMania night for him just one match.
where he started out at the first match, and if he won, then he got to that was WrestleMania 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Not gonna lie,
Daniel Bryan.
WrestleMania 30 is legendary just because we don't really see WrestleManias with like one big storyline that just runs through the whole night.
Yeah.
The motherfucker, that was it.
As much as he uh shouldn't be mentioned, the 2004 Royal Rumble.
Uh-oh. Zach, and pray tell, who won the 2004 Rumble?
One Mr. Christopher Benoit
Ah, I see.
because he came in as the number one entrant and stayed in the whole match.
Hey, Melissa, you know who officially won that Royal Rumble?
Huh.
I don't know. It's a mystery. We've been gaslit.
True. But that Royal Rumble, it's a very, 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 very well thought out. Um, and then I would probably go. What was the match? I believe it was SummerSlam 2006. Um, it was Edge and John Cena.
So what I'm hearing is you have a thing for Edge.
One of my favorite wrestlers.
I mean, I like Edge. I like Edge well enough.
Gonna say I enjoyed his wrestling when he was there. He made a
And then when
great
he
heel.
retired in 2011, just to come back in 2020
And
to
listen,
the one of the largest pops I've ever heard of Royal Rumble history.
and we watched it.
Yeah, we watched that bitch live together. So we're gonna watch this year's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, yeah. Catch us on Twitch and TikTok.
Catch us on TikTok live watching the Royal Rumble.
Shit, fuck around. I'm off next Saturday. We might have to do a TikTok live. Anyway, we're getting distracted.
Say less. I'm pretty sure I'm free that day.
Actually,
Actually, I'm free that night.
perfect.
I have an event at 5 that night. But anyway,
That
we'll speak on that the next production meeting.
I was gonna say that wraps up the WWE AEW Dynamite. I didn't really see too much.
Well, you don't be watching Dynamite.
I just haven't had the time.
I don't blame you because the thing about AEW. Anyway, so the thing about AEW is unlike WWE that actually has fairly decent storylines,
No.
AEW just has really fucking good wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I think as a wrestling company, it is a better. It's much better, just wrestling in general.
Yeah.
But anyway, to do a quick aside on Dynamite, the first match was one Sammy Guevara versus Shelton Benjamin. In I'm not gonna lie, Shelton was looking like he was still in his prime. I can't hold you. Like Shelton Benjamin still moving in the ring like he's like 25, 26. Like it was one hell of a match. And I like that they have they kind of got the Hurt Business back together outside of WWE. I love that. High key.
Yeah. I agree.
Anyhow, I digress. Solid match. Next match was Brian Cage versus Lance Archer,
Yep.
which eh, no, it basically ended up being a segment,
Yeah.
which is fair. Next one is the ladder match where we saw Mark Briscoe versus the Learning Tree Chris Jericho, who either needs to just go away for a little while or fucking retire.
Yes.
Now, yes, is he still putting on decent matches? Absolutely. But Chris, my brother in Christ, just go full time touring with Fozzy, please.
Please. Please.
Please just go away for like 6 months. Come up with a new gimmick, please. You should not be at this age wrestling for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
Yes.
Leave that company alone.
It's crazy.
Oh, and also let's not forget he is now the new Ring of Honor World Champion. But that's neither here nor there. But just go away.
Just go away.
Upside though, I do like Ishii coming in as his probable next challenger for that title.
Yeah.
I do like to see old blonde men just beating the fuck out of each other.
Yeah. Crazy.
Absolutely. And then outside of that, there's not really much to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, AEW just after that, it's kind of just AEW doing AEW shit.
Yeah. It's all promos leading up and then just good wrestling in general.
Yes, it's like good wrestling, but it's relatively average.
Yeah.
AEW just needs to maybe go back to their old booking method where
Yeah.
the wrestlers had a greater say in it instead of it just being instead of it fuck, what is his name? Fuck, how the fuck do I always forget these names when I need to talk about them? Fucking anyway, I digress. Instead of ownership, that motherfucker Tony Khan, that's it. Instead of Tony Khan booking the show, I think the wrestlers should have more input on the direction of the storylines, but
Yeah.
hey, AEW is AEW, goddamn it. I watch it for good wrestling, not good storylines.
Exactly. While WWE has started to progress with the storylines, AEW is still superior in my mind with the wrestling.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's some wrestlers in WWE that can put on a good match.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you have Seth Rollins wrestling potatoes, I mean that's kind of how that happens.
Exactly.
Shout out to Bronson Reed. But
shout out Bronson Reed. But with that, I believe that's going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
If my knowledge serves me correctly, I mean, there's not really too much we can talk about. But with that being said, we want to thank y'all for listening to this week's couple episodes.
And be on the lookout for live reactions to Crown Jewel next Saturday.
Yeah, fuck around. We might have to do a live reaction. I don't know. We'll see. Check us out on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Wherever you get your music, wherever you get your videos, you can find us on there at Fuck It We Ball Cast. Will, you want to take us out?
Like we love to say on this podcast, fuck it.
We ball.
Fuck Taylor
Swift.
Swift.